Imagine you're walking on a snowy street and suddenly you slip on a patch of ice. It's a chilly winter morning. Your breath fogs up in the frosty air and then, whoops, you're slipping, sliding, scrambling to regain your balance. That unexpected dance with gravity. It's all about two key concepts in physics: force and friction. From your foot pushing against the ground to the slick ice reducing the grip, it's a textbook example of these principles in action. That slip, my friends, was a perfect example of force and friction at play. So, what exactly are force and friction? Let's break it down. Picture playing a game of tug-of-war. The pulling on the rope? That's force. In a nutshell, force is simply a push or a pull on an object. It's what makes your coffee cup slide across the table when you push it, or what makes the leaves rustle when the wind blows. Now, imagine you're trying to slide a heavy box across a carpeted floor. It's not as easy as sliding your coffee cup, right? That's where friction comes in. Friction is the resistance that one surface or object encounters when moving over another. It's like a stubborn friend who insists on slowing things down. Whether it's your shoes gripping the pavement as you walk, or a sled gliding over snow, friction is at play. In simple terms, force is what makes things move and friction tries to stop them. Now, not all forces are created equal. That's right, forces come in various types and forms. Let's talk about it. First up, we have gravitational force. This is the force that keeps us grounded, literally. It's the reason why when you jump, you always come back down. It's the Earth saying, "Hey, stay with me." Next, we have electromagnetic forces. These forces are responsible for most of the interactions we see in our daily lives, from the light illuminating your room to the electricity powering your devices. It's like the unseen puppet master of our everyday lives. Finally, there are applied forces. This is the force you exert when you push, pull, or twist something. So when you're opening a stubborn jar of pickles or pushing a heavy shopping cart, you're dealing with applied force. So whether it's gravity pulling you down or your hand pushing a door, that's all about force. But what about friction? That pesky thing that made you slip on the ice. Friction is like the unsung hero of our daily lives, always there, but often overlooked. It's the force that opposes motion between two surfaces that are in contact. Now, there are two main types of friction: static and kinetic. Static friction is what keeps your coffee mug from sliding off the table. It's the friction that exists between two objects that aren't moving relative to each other. On the other hand, kinetic friction is the friction between two objects that are moving relative to each other. It's like when you're walking and your shoes rub against the ground. This friction is what allows you to move forward without slipping. Think of driving a car or playing sports. These activities heavily rely on friction. From the grip of your tires on the road to the spin of a basketball, friction is a vital player. So remember, without friction, we'd all be slipping and sliding everywhere. So, we've explored the basics of force and friction. These aren't just academic concepts. They're the invisible hands shaping our world, from the grip of our shoes on a slippery sidewalk to the way a rocket breaks free from Earth's gravity. And we're just scratching the surface. Imagine delving further into inertia's stubborn resolve, momentum's relentless drive, or energy's boundless potential. Yes, there's a whole universe out there waiting for us to understand. Stay tuned for our next adventure, where we'll dive deeper into the fascinating world of physics.